Alright guys, welcome to today's show on Insight with Ojoma Yusuf on Kama TV. On the show today, we will do what to talk about breastfeeding. Nationwide or worldwide as a whole, from 1st of August to the 7th of August is set aside to celebrate breastfeeding, women breastfeeding children out there. I know it's really a big deal, like it's not an easy task you guys are going through, so in any way around, I celebrate you and I say kudos to all women out there breastfeeding their children. Well, today on the program, I'm bringing up a health talker, and her name is nobody but Chioma Uma, and we will be doing this together today because she has a full knowledge. I'm not too equipped to talk about breastfeeding because I don't have the full knowledge. Yeah, my job is to bring the people out there and we'll do this together. So, Miss Chioma, welcome to the studio today. We're happy to have you.
Thank you very much.
All right. How was the trip down to the studio? Because I know it wasn't easy at all for you to trace here.
Well, we thank God everything went smooth. Although for locating here was actually a bit problem, but thank God we are here right now.
So I'm happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
Well, as we all know, the breast milk, it's the hidden gold. Like when I saw it, I was like, really? So is this important? Like for them to describe it as a gold, it means it is very, very much
precious.
important. So, to your own end now, can you tell us what breastfeeding is and the breast milk to the child?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone listening to this program this afternoon. Like she said, my name is Chioma Mary. Okay, I'm a health educator, and I'm happy to be in your midst talking to you about breastfeeding. Breastfeeding has been it has dated back to the ancient when the world began, and still even till today we're still practicing the same breastfeeding. And what is simply breastfeeding? Breastfeeding is the action of feeding your baby with your breast milk. It is given natural from God. It's something that God has designed. God has given every woman out there to use and cater for their young one, especially the newborn babies. So why they describe it as a hidden or gold is because this breast milk has a whole lot that that helps the babies, especially those newborn, those tiny creatures.
Newborn babies,
it helps them. It helps to fight against different infection, diseases, and others. As long as you're breastfeeding your child very well, and you as a lactating mother is a woman that is breastfeeding a child. Are you as a lactating mother, if you are healthy and you're breastfeeding your baby, then I can assure you that baby will not fall sick.
Wow.
Yes. Based on natural circumstances, except if there is something else.
Maybe there's a problem.
Yes, maybe
mom or
during
something.
exactly. Maybe during pregnancy, something else happened. Maybe at the point of prenatal or antenatal, something happened at the point of development. But if nothing happened and the mom is fine and the baby is sound and the woman is breastfeeding her baby, I can assure you that baby will be heart and healthy. Because that breast milk, especially something we call colostrum. Colostrum is the first breast milk that come out after a woman has given birth.
Immediately?
Yes.
Like how many days?
No, that's the first day actually.
Okay, the first milk that comes out.
Up to a week. You understand? But the first one that comes out, that looks a bit yellowish or brownish. You can describe it as either yellowish or brownish. You understand? It's called colostrum. But you know what? Olden days, people lack of knowledge. People will tell you, wash it off, it's dirty, it's this. They wash it off. But research has come to proven that this is the one that is the most important. Do you understand? For the baby. Because this thing contains 50 to 60 calories per 100 meter. Do you understand? So this thing helps to fight infection and is easily digestible to the baby. So I don't know if you're able to get the definition of breastfeeding, but breastfeeding is the action of feeding your baby with your natural breast milk. It can either be expressed, or it can either be given natural direct suck from the nipple, or it can either be pumped into a bottle, a feeder. and given to the baby. They are all called breastfeeding, but there are various methods of breastfeeding.
All right, people, I think with her bank of knowledge, she has been able to explain to you and to relate to you what breastfeeding is all about. We'll go on a short break and then we'll come back shortly as we continue. This is a very interesting topic that I also want to learn from. So I'm sure you're sitting there down there with your pen and book, dropping or jotting the very important things our health talker will dishing out today to us. So thank you, Ms. Chioma, for coming to the show today.
You're welcome.
Don't forget, keep liking the page, drop your comments, and also follow us on our pages. Thank you so much. Alright guys, welcome back to the show. Don't forget, this is Insight with Ojoma Yusuf on Kama TV. And what we're doing today is celebrating World Breastfeeding Day. Yes, as I told you before, this on 7th on 1st to 7th of August is basically to celebrate. You can imagine how long the days is.
That's because it's very
because it's very important.
It's very
If not, I've not seen every day is being celebrated like once a day. But for breastfeeding, it's a whole 7
because
days.
it gives life.
All right, guys, you can hear how breastfeeding gives lives.
Yeah.
And I'm very sure every one of us passed through that stage.
Sure.
I'm sure I knew I passed through that stage, and I know you also passed through.
I know you sucked up to how many months? How old were you?
No, I can't really remember, but I know it's not more than a year plus.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
because your mouth is like someone that sucked up to 2 years.
Your mouth is trying to look like someone that sucks for more than like 4 years or so.
It's alright.
Okay, yeah. On a lighter note, we've been talking about this because we know it's very key and vital. Breastfeeding, and she has talked a lot about it. She has defined breastfeeding and types of it and all of that. So I think Ms. Chioma, I'd like us to talk about the categories of breastfeeding.
All right,
yes,
guys.
The categories.
Okay, yeah, this is like
categories.
Well, when you're talking about different categories of breastfeeding, you have what we call number one. You have what we call exclusive breastfeeding.
Okay.
You have a predominant breastfeeding. You have mixed breastfeeding.
Okay.
You understand? So when you're talking about the exclusive breastfeeding, which is the trending one now, is action of breastfeeding your baby strictly on breast milk. Either by those methods I told you, either by direct sucking from the nipple, or pressing in a bottle to breastfeed the baby with a bottle, or giving the baby the express one, the bottle one, and still giving the baby the direct suck from your nipple. All of them are breastfeeding. But the exclusive there is that you are going to give this particular baby only breast milk.
For like how many months?
Strictly for 6 months.
Okay,
6 months. Yes, according to American standard.
Okay.
So it's strictly going to be 6 months, no water, no any form of liquid, except breast milk. Except only if the baby is maybe not okay, and you're doing exclusively the only oral that is allowed to enter the baby's mouth within this period of 6 months is a drop of medicine. Do you understand?
Okay.
Strictly from the doctors. Do you understand? But if the baby is okay, the only thing you're supposed to give to the baby is breast milk, strictly for 6 months without dilution.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know some mothers now feel, okay, how can I be breastfeeding your child for 6 months straight? This able to suck me dry and all of that. So what are the benefits for the mothers and the children to go through the 6 months exclusive? Because I learned it makes them smarter. I don't know how true it is because I'm not a medical practitioner, but I learned it makes the kids smarter than their equals. Like if you so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, talking about the advantages or the merits or the effects, the good economic importance of breastfeeding to a mother. If you breastfeeding your child, first of all, you too, it protects you from cancer.
Wow. Okay.
You understand? Various kind of cancer, because as you're breastfeeding, your body will send message to your brain. You understand that this I am feeding a baby, therefore your antibody will be very active to fight against different kind of diseases.
Okay.
Do you understand? Thereby making you, even protecting you from some diseases at a particular time. Now, as a mother, you and your child will have cordial relationship. Have you come to realize that if a baby is sucking, have you seen maybe your younger ones?
Yeah.
Sometimes if a child is sucking, they look direct to their mother's face.
Yeah, sure.
And that is
I've
why
seen that very well.
even a baby of 3 months that has not even opened ears, if the mother passes, he or she will react.
Yes.
Now, it is because of this breastfeeding, because as you're feeding the baby, your body is blending with that of your baby. So you're creating bond, you're creating relationship. So that's another benefit, which means your child knows you and you knows your child. And that is why you can easily, a mother will talk to a child and a child will immediately obey.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because it's respect. You're earning respect from your child. Some respect are earned.
And it even goes to when the child is even an adult too.
Yes.
Because there's this sentimental, like, they'll say, I prefer my mom. I love my mom.
Exactly.
I love my mom.
Because as you're breastfeeding the baby, you're not just breastfeeding for breastfeeding's sake. You're giving the baby life. You're creating relationship. You're creating trust. The baby will trust you that this woman will not allow anything to happen to me. Each time I want to cry, she will always be there. There's something she normally gives me, even though they don't know what it is, but they enjoy it so much that you see that some babies, they will be sucking and they will open their toes like this.
Yes, they're playing at the same time.
Be touching the woman's chest and others. Is because they are creating relationship and you're telling them that I am there for you. You understand? So that is another advantage. Then a child that is exclusively breastfed will gain what we call high immunity.
Okay.
Now, your resistance to various infections, you get. For instance, olden days, children suffered a lot from cholera, diarrheas and all these problems that killed children, thereby causing what we call infant mortality. That is death of infant babies. You get. So now breastfeeding, breast milk, because breast milk contains all those active antibodies, contains all those things, active immune system that help to fight against all these diseases. If you're breastfeeding your child exclusively at a particular time when you're supposed to breastfeed your child, it will protect your child from all those infections, like I mentioned, cholera, diarrheas, and all these little babies sickness, even the ones that are not mentioned and are not really seen because they are microorganisms. So it protects your child from those infections. There are a whole lot. If you have to talk about the advantages, it's vast. Like, it's not something you can consume in an hour or something of that nature. But to mention but a few, these ones are very vital.
Key and important. All right, people, I'm sure you're really attentive to what Ms. Chioma has been talking about here today, and I'm very sure you will now know that it's very important for you to breastfeed your child. Not just that alone, you go for the exclusive. You go on a short break right now and then return to wrap up the show. Thank you so much for following us. Alright, people, you're welcome back from the short break, and don't forget you are watching Insights with Ajuma Yusuf on Karma TV. And I'll still say this again, like our page, please drop your comments, follow up, and then let's see what you really need about the show. Well, we've been discussing about breastfeeding since, and I have been here with Miss Chioma, and she is a health talker, and we've been talking about breastfeeding since. And I know one of the basic reasons why women don't really like the exclusive breastfeeding or breastfeeding as a whole, it's for just some reasons. Some will say they don't want their breasts to sag down, and they don't want this stress and all of that. The kind of clothes to wear out and every other thing. Those are their considerations. So can you just tell us a little bit on what they can really do to still keep themselves standing? Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for this question. Okay, you that is a lactating mother out there, you that is breastfeeding a child, or you that's supposed to be breastfeeding a child, and you feel like maybe if you breastfeed your child, your breast will sag and your husband will start looking out there. Hello, this is not the first time. You're not the first woman. In fact, it is an honor for you to have a baby, because in African culture, if after marriage, the next thing everybody
They'll start looking at
is,
you. What's
and
up now?
so
What's
you
up?
should raise your shoulder high and
thoroughly breastfeed your child.
Breastfeed your child, not just for today, but because of tomorrow. Because any child that is well breastfed is going to enjoy it tomorrow. One, it increases your cognitive domain, your reasonings, your sense of reasoning will be very high, your IQ will be very high, and that's why you see some children that are very exceptional in school. We call them gifted children. You understand? Breast milk can actually incorporate this kind of a thing. Yes. So you that thinks that it will suck your breast, remember, breasts are of different types. There are some women that will still breastfeed that their breast will not suck. And if you
there are some ladies that have not even stayed breastfeeding and their breasts are down. So what do you say about that?
So I even had a friend in secondary school then. Secondary school, you can imagine secondary school back then in secondary school, and her breast was already. This girl is a virgin. It's not like she was
misbehaved or
no. That is just her nature of breast. So breastfeeding doesn't just make your breast fall like that, but even though it will tell definitely that yes, you've breastfed a baby somehow, your breast will definitely tell. But there are remedies you can actually do this. One, get yourself a supportive bra. There are good bra. That's lactating mothers. Lactating mothers are those breastfeeding children. You understand? Those breastfeeding mothers, nursing mothers. You get a good supportive bra that after breastfeeding your child, you wear it. It will still push your breast upwards. You understand? You know, the problem is not just that as you're breastfeeding the child, your breast will start going down. It's because once some women start breastfeeding, they will just overlook themselves. They'll just feel like, I have given birth, I'm married, so you feel so reluctant. And no, hello, just get yourself a good supportive bra. And there's a bra now for nursing mothers. You understand? It has a hole. It has a clip. Yes, a zip. There are ones that comes with a zip. There are some that come with round button or round clip that you just is a hole around your nipple here. Once you unzip your clothes as a feeding mother, you just unlock it and your nipple. So you don't need to show the world your breast. So for those that are shy, like if I go out, how will I breastfeed? Especially the young ladies like me, I'll be like, how will I do that? But it's definitely you need to breastfeed your baby because you're giving life to that your baby. That your tiny creature you value so much. Yes, you should be proud of it. You should be proud as a mother. It's not easy to pass through first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. Trimesters are the stages of pregnancy. First to 3 months, fourth to 6 months, and then 9 months. They are the trimesters. So you know what you pass through. So if God keep you and the baby alive, you should be proud of doing it. You should be proud. And then for those that are scared of their husband looking out.
I was about going there. That say what to men out there.
Okay.
Let them encourage women like ladies or their wives on breastfeeding their children. So
for in this case actually it has to do with cordial relationship with you and your woman. Now these men married us. They fell in love with you. They married you out of love, and this woman is giving a lot of sacrifice. First of all, her body stature will change because she wants to give a birth. She wants to give a new life to a new person. So you don't expect that she will still look perfect. And if you want her to look the exact way you saw her, you are the one to help her. She can't do it alone. So at the point of breastfeeding, pregnancy and everything is another stage entirely. So please, men out there, learn to support your wife. Tell her that she is beautiful. Even when she's complaining that my breast is going out, tell her that because you are paying a price, because you are giving life to our baby. That's why you're going through this. And don't worry, I still love you the way you are. There's a way you encourage them and they will be so happy to do it. Remember, she's not just doing it for only herself, but she's doing it for your child too. A baby that will bear your name tomorrow, a baby that would change the world tomorrow, a baby that would change the nation tomorrow. So make sure you encourage her, buy her those bra. And at the point of breastfeeding, when you're breastfeeding, you are giving out a lot. So she needs to eat good food. Not just food, but good food. What are good food? Those that are balanced diets. Those that contains the 6 nutrients, classes of food. She makes sure she eats when she's supposed to eat at the appropriate time and eats the right food. because whatever you eat is what you give to your baby.
Yeah.
If you're eating unhealthy food, remember you're giving it to a baby. And please always make them happy, because if a woman is very angry and she's breastfeeding, the baby will definitely have that same effect. And that is why if a woman is running temperature and she's breastfeeding, before you know it, the baby will contact. So at breastfeeding and pregnancy is something that you can't do without. It's two people are involved.
You're handling two people at
yes, and men, please, if she's breastfeeding and you feel like the odor that is coming out is this, women too learn to be hygienically inclined. Make sure that you have given birth does not mean that your whole life has come to an end. You still see some mothers that have given birth, but you won't even know. It is taking care of your body. Take good care of your body.
Package yourself well.
Package your woman. Look neat. If you see better clothes out there, buy it for your woman, buy it for your lady. She is still that number one. That's apple of your eye you saw. She has not changed. You understand? The way you want your wife to look is how she will look. So if you're thinking that another woman is better, go there and see what your friend is doing. So just encourage them. Buy them, give them money if you have. If you don't have, you can support them with oral words and other stuff. So I think all
right, people. Whoa, our head talker, like, she has done a lot to this topic today. She has done justice to it. Even I myself, well, I can tell you, have learned a lot from the topic today. Wow. She has said all this just to equip our female out there, and also she also talked to the men to balance everything up, to like, okay, ensure that you take care of your wife while she's breastfeeding, encourage her and give her the breast so that your child can also be the best child out there tomorrow. So we're going to be wrapping up this, but don't forget, I'd like to remind you again that the hidden liquid gold is the breast milk. So mothers out there, don't stop giving your child that liquid gold to help the child become great tomorrow and help the child become the best of its kind. So don't forget, give your child breast milk and keep making the world a better place. This is Chioma Yusuf with Kama TV, and this is your best show, Insights. Join me up next time as we continue on another topic entirely. So keep breastfeeding your child.
Before you finally end, please, there's something we call hygiene. As a mother, as a lactating mother, you are supposed to observe all this little hygiene. Before you breastfeed your baby, please wash your hand, clean it with a clean towel, clean your nipple also before you give this breast to your baby. It will help a long way, because then you might shake Mr. A, B, C, D. You don't know who is carrying. And if you carry the same hand and just give, remember that these babies are their bodies are fragile. You understand? So they are prone to
they may not be able to fight the kind of virus.
So please, let's observe this little hygiene. It's very important. Thank you very much. My name still remains Miss Chioma Mary. Thank you. All
right, thank you for coming, Chioma. Thank you so much. We celebrate your coming here. Your efforts is not just looked down upon. I celebrate you quickly. Thank you so much for following us. Don't forget to like our page, drop your comments, and also subscribe to the channel Kama TV on YouTube, and also Kama TV on Facebook. Just check Kama. You can get us everywhere. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye for now.